Hey, uh, so I was just sitting here, kind of, I'm just gonna be honest, okay, guys? I was sitting there just weeping, looking at plants moving to the beat of the music that I was listening to, and the way the sun hit a spider web just right. And I was smoking a little medicine, and the way the smoke went and the sun rays hit it was really beautiful. And I just need people to know that this is the real me, that I'm intense, and I care very deeply about things. And I'm very childlike and creative. I have endless creativity, and it's a fucking tragedy that I haven't been able to create art the way I want to. Unlimited, endless art. And you are being robbed of it too, because abusive people exist in the world that don't know they're abusive. And that much of human life is spent avoiding, at all costs, personal discomfort. That this might make you feel uncomfortable, this truth to acknowledge that you as well have gone out of your way to avoid personal discomfort, maybe at the cost of somebody else's comfort. I call it emotional shrapnel. I don't know. I just want to say that the people react very intensely to me. I am a very intense person. I think people are going to react very intensely to this video, either positively or negatively. I don't know. But artistic people run the world that you find beautiful. But artistic people are the messy people that you also want to cage and silence and shut up. It's not ironic that a lot of famous artists became much more famous after they're dead, because the messy person attached to them is gone, and it can be curated. And then we have musicians, which are a little different. They have to do it real time, don't they? Well, then that becomes part of the spectacle, doesn't it? If you're a musician, you can't really be a private musician unless that too becomes part of your spectacle. And God forbid someone says something a little crazy out of context. I mean, there's a song right now that's really popular saying something like, I think I'm gonna go kill my boyfriend. Like, it's literally talking about it, contemplating murder. And I think that's interesting that hyperbole is only okay in certain contexts. And of course, that's if you say you're gonna kill your boyfriend, it's concerning, right? But I just want to be me. And I'm realizing that I just am not someone that fits into society, into capitalism. I never have been, and every time I try, I suffer. And every time I suffer, I spiral. And every time I spiral, you get hit with my emotional shrapnel. And often when people want to tell me who I am or call me crazy, it's really insulting when someone calls me crazy, because often I double down on myself. It's called cognitive inflexibility or something like that, It's a really common trait in autistic people, this rigidity. But what's funny is you guys have rigidity too. Anyway, you don't know what's going on in my inner world, and you just don't like the fact that I'm honest. And so people constantly call me other things. doctors will misdiagnose me, even though my long-term doctors know me, know that I don't have any kind of illness that other people accuse me of. I tell you what my disorders are. It's trauma, complex trauma. And I'm just constantly going through a world that likes re-traumatizing people. I'm done. I don't know. I don't know what the point of this was. But there'll be more videos. I think we need to think about how we interact with the world and try to have a little bit more patience and empathy and kind of acknowledge that we ourselves are problematic and that good people do bad things and bad people do good things, and that nobody is just good or bad, and certainly not you. And you've probably been more bad than good. And we have to go through this whole dark night of the soul to acknowledge that. And I did that for 5 years, and all while being abused. While being abused, I had to go inward, and I have lots to say outwardly now. And I think I can teach a lot of people how to survive that, because I may not be successful in life, but I am very successful at surviving in a world that wants to psychically hurt you, at least inwardly. I don't know, I'm a pretty good cook too. And a really talented artist. Like, fuck you guys for holding me back, to be honest. Like, forcibly hospitalizing someone just because they're a little weird and not dangerous is really fucking cruel. And it's part of a system that's designed to help you, but really it was built on the same kind of principles that the carceral system and the police force are built on. So, like, seriously, you really think psych wards are... You think they're there to make you better? Really? Or are they there to take you off the streets and make you silent, or drug you into silence, or shame you into either shutting the fuck up or taking yourself off the board, or becoming a nice little, pretty, curated success story that they can then market and sell on Oprah? Like, honestly, get fucked, guys. Like, I'm not gonna be your trained monkey. I won't. And you should try to learn to do that more. Because you can maybe, like, cry at the way the sun hits a spider web once in a while. And I want you to think about the last time you felt awe, genuinely. That's my question for you. Okay? Think long and hard, and then comment if you want. I don't give a fuck. I want you to think about it so you can really remember the last time you felt awe. Because I feel awe multiple times a day, every day. And that's not a pathology. That's being fucking human. The world just wants you to forget that that's part of it. And numb it. And only say your reality when it's presentable. And I say fuck that. And I always have. If nothing, I'm consistent in that. I am always me. I love you. But you guys are kind of mean.